Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. Welcome along to my first NFL mock draft of the 2020 season. How are you all doing? It's fantastic. And I'm so excited to bring you this kind of content on the channel. For regular subscribers of mine, do not panic. Football and non-league content will not be going. This is just something that I'm really keen to bring to the channel. NFL football, and in particular, as you can see, the Miami Dolphins, they're a massive passion of mine. So I'm now in a position I feel comfortable enough to talk to you guys and bring you this kind of content. In this draft, we're going to be doing the first round only with no trades. And after, what we're going to be doing is doing a 2.0 involving after the free agency movements, and then one right before the draft where we're going to be doing some trades of what I think is actually going to happen. So for this one, it's the 1 to 32 as it is without any trades. And now that's not going to happen, but we're just going to go with what is there at the moment. So what I want you guys to do, if you're interested in this kind of content, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and more importantly, let me know down in the comment section what team you follow, who you want your team to be selecting, and what you make of my predictions, and let me know maybe your 1 to 32 in the comment section. That would be much appreciated. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. I think we all know who is going to be the #1 pick of the NFL draft. It is going to be Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think we all know who's going to be number 2. It's going to be Chase Young for the Washington Redskins. A good, fantastic option at edge, and they are going to have one of the best defensive lines in football. It is frightening. Now, the Lions, they are not going to be selecting a number 3. They're in a fantastic position in terms of not needing a quarterback. And what do you tend to go up for in the draft? That's right, it's the quarterback position. And there are going to be teams, maybe the Dolphins, the Chargers will want to go up. Do the Panthers trust Cam Newton? Do we see maybe somebody like the Jags going up? The Raiders, question marks about Derek Carr. The Buccaneers, questions about Jameis Winston. Do the Colts move up and not settle for their 13th position? So many questions. Do New England? I mean, that's potentially a goer as well. But as I said, in this draft, we're not doing that. But with the 3rd pick, I can see I'm going with Jeffrey Okudah. Now, that might be, some people might think of that and go, well, cornerback in the top 10, really? Or top 5 even? But best player available on the board. That's where I'm going for the Lions and their needs. With the Giants, they've got to start protecting their offensive line, get that sorted out. And based on his performance at the Combine, I'm going with Mekhi Becton from Louisville as the 4th pick in the NFL draft. Now, Miami time. I just want to say this. They are going to select Tua. However, in my opinion, I do not want Miami selecting a quarterback in this draft other than the 1st pick. I just don't see where the strength is in depth in this quarterback selections this year. We have got so many needs that we need to sort out. We need to get the offensive line sorted out. We need running back sorted out. We need our wide receivers, and the defensive side of the ball is an absolute joke. Quarterback is not a position for me that I think we need to invest in, and certainly not trade up with. If we trade up, I am going to be fuming. Honestly, fuming. I understand why the UK side of things, from a Miami perspective, like Tua. I understand the tank for Tua catchphrase was funny on Twitter for a while, but get the offensive line sorted out, get the rest of the team going, allow Fitzpatrick and Rosen to have some weapons and some protection for a change, and see what can happen. I still have high hopes for Rosen. That might be stupid opinion to some. You might think my opinions are invalid, but that's just where I'm coming from. But Miami are going to select Tua, and I believe that the Chargers are San Diego. No, not San Diego. They're the LA Chargers now. The Chargers are also going to select their quarterback, and I think Justin Herbert's going to go there. To be honest, they're a team ready for the playoffs. They just need to get their quarterback position sorted out. But is Herbert the answer? Not in my opinion, but I think they are going to go quarterback and potentially trade up and try and get Tua ahead of the Dolphins. But, you know, there we go. Panthers at 7. I think they're going to stick with Cam Newton and try and identify other areas of the pitch that they can improve on. So I've got Derek Brown going to the Panthers. Their biggest need will be filled by him. The Arizona Cardinals are going to go for CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma, wide receiver. Give Kyler Murray some options and not rely so much on Fitzgerald and his own legs to create something. And then the Jags are going to select Isaiah Simmons. The fact that he's at number 9 is criminal. He's a very, very good player, and the Jags are going to be like, thank you very much. I'm happy with that. Let me take him. He's a great, great player. Next 2 selections, the Browns and the Jets are going to select offensive linemen. I will go with Wirfs to the Browns and Wills to the Jets. Literally could be a toss of a coin depending on which one goes to where. Now, what is the biggest need for the Raiders? Do they go for the star wide receiver? Do they go for a callback option and trade up? I don't know. For me, I'm going with Christian Fulton, the cornerback from LSU. Now that I think I've gone with him in what I did with my research in inverted commas. But ultimately, I think they probably could go for a wide receiver. But I have the Broncos selecting the best wide receiver, so I'm going with Christian Fulton, cornerback, over to the Raiders. I think the Colts, again, I don't think they should, but I think they are going to go with Jordan Love at quarterback. I think they're going to identify that as a need. They're not going to trust Jacoby Brissett, but we shall see on that part. The Buccaneers are another option that could go up in the draft, but for this one, I've got Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle, going to them. Just allow Winston some more time, although does he really need more time on the ball to create something? He's a great quarterback. He just needs to cut out all the silly stuff. He's like he's going for the ultimate pass every single time. He just needs to calm down a little bit. I like him. I think he's an all right quarterback, but protecting him a little bit more might help things move along. And then the Broncos, I've got them going with Jerry Jeudy. Now, my brother's a Broncos fan, so Kyle, if you are watching this, what do you make of that selection? Let me know, mate, down in the comment section. I think give your quarterback some more options. I have then got Clavon Chasen going to the Atlanta Falcons. They need an edge. He's the best player available on the board. Let's go get him. Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm just going to have a quick reminder of myself about what I selected. Yeah, I went for the best available safety on the board, which is Xavier McKinney. I think safety makes sense for them to go with that particular option. Maybe could have gone for a cornerback in terms of CJ Henderson, but I've got McKinney. Now, Dolphins. I believe they are going to go for DeAndre Swift and sort out the running back position. It was such a troublesome area for us last season. I think they're going to select him there. I personally wouldn't. I think we need to sort the offensive line out, but I can see them going for somebody like Swift. So I'm going to pick him running back there. And then the Oakland Raiders, with their second pick, will go for Henry Ruggs the third as their wide receiver option. I have then gone for the Jags at number 20, going with CJ Henderson, the cornerback. It makes sense. That's one of their biggest needs. You could argue that maybe Grant Delpit might go there, but I've got CJ Henderson going to them. I then got the linebacker Patrick McQueen going to the Eagles, and my brother's an Eagles fan, so again, Sammy, let me know whether or not you agree with that. I then got Espinoza edge going to the Bills. You could maybe suggest that they might go for a wide receiver option lower down the board. Someone like Jalen Reagor is getting big reviews, but I think they are going to go with Espinoza and take a chance on him. He's a good player from what I've seen anyway. And then the Patriots. I don't want to get involved in too much about the Patriots. As a Miami fan, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Brother-in-law's also a Patriots fan, so it's not always the best. I have got them going for Gross Matos, the edge from Penn State. I think it's a need for him. He will fit the bill very, very nicely. So 2 edges going back to back. I then got a wide receiver going to the New Orleans Saints. Let me get my words out. And that will be Jalen Reagor. Going to them, another good option for Drew Brees, or maybe not Drew Brees to have as an option. I then got Kinlaw going to the Vikings from South Carolina. Miami Dolphins back on the board again. There's a lot of hype surrounding this young man, and I just need to find him. Whereabouts is he in this board? I think he was quite low down from what I remember. There he is. Josh Jones, the offensive tackle for the future. I've heard good things about him. I haven't watched an awful lot of his tape. I'm basing this purely on what I have heard, and I think the Miami Dolphins will go for him. So if we can get from this board, we've got a quarterback, a running back, and also on offensive tackle, sorting out the major issues of the offense. That's an okay. I'd be satisfied with that if we had that as our picks. And then with the Seattle Seahawks, I have got them going with, and I can't remember whereabouts he is on here. There he is, Cesar Ruiz. A need for them. I think he will fit the bill there. And then we've then got Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, going to the Baltimore Ravens. So again, fits a need there. For the Tennessee Titans, what a year for them. What a year for Ryan Tannehill. Let's talk about it for a very brief second. I always rated him at Miami. I think his time was up to go, but, just it's frustrating seeing what he's capable of with an offensive line that actually looks after him and takes care of him, and a good running game. But I've got an edge. They need an edge. Zach Bourne is going to go over to them. And then the wide receiver. Now, where did I select wide receiver? There was an option down here. Justin Jefferson, that's the one, going to Green Bay. We've got 2 picks left on the board, and I've got Jeff Gladney going to the San Francisco 49ers, and then with the final pick of the draft. Oh, that's annoying because I actually had Gladney going to the Chiefs and I had Grant Delpit going to the San Francisco 49ers based on my notes. However, what I'm going to do is select from this options. I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins from Ohio State. Why not? A running back. And there we go. So, interesting. I'm happy with that. More or less happy with that. I think based on the fact that you can't do... Well, I've requested myself not to do trades in this first one. I think that's ultimately a very... it could be a very competitive board. From a Miami perspective, I'd be, as I said, satisfied with that board. But what do you think? Let me know your 1 to 32 down in the comment section below. Do you agree with what I've selected? But as I said, more importantly, let me know what you think your team are going to do in this draft. Let me know who you follow and what your team will do. I'll be very, very interested to hear, and I will reply to every single comment. Let's have a bit of a laugh with it. Let's have a bit of a giggle. That's what what the NFL is all about. Let's have some fun. Let's just enjoy these type of videos and this type of content. But as I said, if you've enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, leave your comments. And as always, until next time, as always on the channel though, adios.